Kody finally informed Robin that he couldn't handle the notion of living here, at least not just now, I believe. Robin was the last to abandon the dream, especially since Sister Wives followers have been waiting for Robin Brown, who has now officially resigned. Kody apologized in court, and the judge determined that Janelle and Mary's property deeds must be restored after years of tension, broken promises, and emotional betrayal. Justice is finally being delivered. In today's video, we go deep into the courtroom drama, what prompted Robin's surprising decision. Kody's passionate apology is noteworthy, and it raises issues about what this major triumph means for Janelle and Mary going forward. Don't miss out. Everything is changing for the Brown family. For years, fans of Sister Wives have observed the Brown family's disintegrating dynamics, with rising fervor from a once unifying front of polygamous harmony to a fragmented web of broken trust, legal disagreements, and emotional fights. Few events have startled the fan base as much as this latest development. Robin Brown has formally ceded her claim to the contentious Coyote Pass land, and Kody Brown has publicly apologized in court. Even more significant was the court's order to return the property deeds to Janelle and Mary Brown, which has the potential to change their future. This article looks at how tensions rose, changing the future for the once close Sister Wives. The backstory: how the battle over Coyote Pass began in 2018. The Brown family moved from Las Vegas to Flagstaff, Arizona, with the dream of building their forever homes on a large stretch of land they purchased called Coyote Pass. The original vision included a sprawling compound where Kody and his 4 wives, Robin, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, would each have their home and shared space for their many children. But that dream was quickly dashed when Christine left the family in 2021, followed by rising tensions between Kody, Janelle, and Mary, financial pressures, and emotional neglect. Kody's growing friendship with Robin sparked suspicion that the land might someday become Robin's personal domain. Although all 4 wives contributed to its acquisition, Janelle and Mary were particularly vocal about feeling excluded from choices affecting the land and their interests. This dissatisfaction had been simmering for years, finally boiling over in a Flagstaff courtroom this month, with Robin's surrender a shocking legal reversal that no one expected. Robin Brown formally gave up her sole claim to the remaining portions of Coyote Pass. Robin's surrender. Land officials from all sides reportedly attended the court session where the ruling took place. According to court documents obtained by insiders, Robin's legal team submitted a voluntary relinquishment after weeks of backroom negotiations and intensive family conversations. According to sources close to Robin, she was extremely upset but wanted to do the right thing when it came to any future ownership rights associated with parcels that were previously in dispute, land that Janelle and Mary had partially financed but never acquired title to. A family insider confessed that it wasn't easy, but Robin understood that putting Kody's courtroom apologies on the land was only generating more sorrow and division. She would rather not be perceived as the villain any longer. Kody's courtroom apologies were a moment of accountability, and Robin's submission surprised the audience. Kody's apology. Courtroom apologies shocked everyone. Kody, who had previously been chastised for his favoritism and emotionally detached behavior, took the stand and admitted to his participation in the collapse of trust, particularly in how the Coyote Pass issues were handled. "I made promises I didn't keep," Kody said throughout his testimony. "I let my relationships with Janelle and Mary erode, and I wasn't transparent about the land. I apologize for the hurt I've caused." Mary allegedly shed tears as he spoke. Despite his brief remarks, Janelle showed significant emotion, having long demanded recognition of their investment and betrayal. The court returned the decision deeds to Janelle and Mary after evaluating the financial data, testimonies, and property agreements. The court found in favor of Janelle and Mary Brown, ordering the immediate return and the verdict: reissuance of property deeds reflecting their financial contributions. The verdict states that Janelle will acquire full legal ownership of her original parcel, complete with distinct boundaries and documented water rights. Mary also receives a deed and a legal avenue to development if she chooses to build or sell. This verdict is a big triumph for both women who have spent years feeling financially bound and emotionally ignored. Fan reactions, jubilation, shock, and validation erupted throughout social media platforms, expressing joy, vindication, and amazement. Many long-standing followers of the show saw the outcome as justice served, especially after years of apparent favoritism for Robyn and the rising marginalization of Meri and Janelle. Finally, Robyn surrendered, as did the court. One fan reactions commented on Reddit, "What we've all been screaming about for years is that Janelle and Meri getting their land back feels like the end of a painful saga to watch." Another wrote on Twitter, "This is their moment." Even some former cast members have subtly weighed in. Christine Brown apparently wrote a cryptic remark about the truth coming to light, which many assume was a reference to the latest developments. Is it possible for Robyn to restore her image? Robyn Brown has always been a contentious character among Sister Wives fans, generally viewed as Kody's favorite and accused of causing discord among the original spouses. However, her legal surrender may serve to assuage some of that criticism. Her courtroom surrender may have mitigated some of the criticism, but the entire restoration of her reputation is questionable, insiders say. Robyn is relieved yet heartbroken, feeling both responsible and drained from years of public attention. And Robyn is relieved yet heartbroken. Familial strife. Her choice to leave the farm, they say, was intended to create room for healing, not only for Meri and Janelle, but also for herself and her children. Is Kody's redemption narrative true, or too late? Kody Brown's apology is a step toward peace, but both fans and critics remain suspicious. Is it a real admission of guilt or a deliberate attempt to protect his public image and legal standing? Observers note that Kody still has a legal connection to parts of the land and stays with Robyn full-time until actions match words. Many say it is too little too late. Apologizing in court is one thing, demonstrating genuine change is another. An admirer noted that Janelle's future independence is secure. Janelle Brown has long been regarded as Janelle's future independence is secure, the most self-sufficient and grounded of the spouses, particularly following her separation from Kody. With the deed in hand, she can now develop or sell her land, giving her a real chance at financial independence. According to sources close to Janelle, she has already begun to consider her next steps. Meri's journey has been filled with heartbreak, particularly because she remained both legally and emotionally attached to Kody long after their relationship ended. However, with the court ruling, Meri now expresses, "This is just the beginning for me." Now that the Brown family's future has been officially settled by this momentous court ruling, the future remains uncertain. Will Kody and Robyn Sister Wives reportedly in post-production? Fans are curious to see how much of this courtroom drama will be shown on camera, or if it will become part of a larger legal documentary that is being quietly developed behind the scenes. What began as a daring experiment, the OG3 in plural marriage, has now become a cautionary story of strained relationships. Janelle and Meri have emerged victorious from the ashes of tragedy, their court victory serving as a powerful symbol of property and identity reclamation. Robyn's submission and Kody's late apology demonstrate that accountability and reconciliation are achievable even in the most complicated. Robyn is still unwilling to accept responsibility. Relationships. The courtroom may have closed a chapter, but the empowered journey of the Brown women Sister Wives is just beginning. Robyn Brown mentioned how the OG3 wedded Janelle and Christine Brown and used a scoreboard. The multiple marriages to Kody Brown lead me to believe that Robyn is still unwilling to accept any responsibility for the devastating impact she had on Janelle and Christine. Kody married Meri, Janelle and Christine in the early 1990s, and the trio lived in what they thought was blissful polygamy. But Meri has said so much about us publicly. What else will he say? And that is the same thing Jen says. She says, "Meri, he brought it on himself. You warned him, you told him," until Kody met, courted, and married Robyn in 2010. Robyn's negative influence. Robyn became Kody's fourth wife, and I watched her addition to the family, throwing everything off balance in the years to come. I believe Robyn's negative influence on Kody and the Brown family's dynamic and her sister wife's trust was The catalyst to the family breaking down in 2020, Christine left Kody, and then Janelle left the following year. Mary, who had what I thought was the only genuine friendship with Robin, stuck it out the longest, but ultimately, I left in early 2023. Since the OG3 left Kody, there have been a lot of accusations regarding who was responsible for the plural family breaking up. I feel Robin had the biggest effect on the OG's decisions to leave, but won't take blame. Robin and Kody are left in monogamy. While I saw Robin's addition to the Brown family having the potential to be a good thing for the family, at first I quickly realized it was a bag of worms. Robin, initially a bag of worms. Said she was excited to have sister wives and a community to raise her children from her first marriage, but it became obvious that she really just wanted Kody over the next 10 years. Robin lived in the family, had biological children with Kody, and grew their bond. I felt she intrinsically pulled Kody away from his OG wives. Came no surprise to me when the wives started exiting the family one by one. Pandemic was the impetus that drove the OG3 away. Kody spent an unfair majority of his time with Robin and her kids, which I saw effectively as him choosing Robin. Kody had excuses for the pandemic distance from his other wives, like believing some of his other kids we were not following CO protocol, but I felt Robin had him in her clutches and neither wanted to separate so he could be with the other wives and maintain those relationships. The family, as we know it, no longer. The OG3 used a scoreboard exists. Janelle relayed that after Christine and Mary left the family, since Kody was left with only Robin, whom he divorced. Mary for this left Kody and Robin in monogamy. I've watched Robin cry and carry on about how she doesn't understand how things got so bad and why the family couldn't make things work, and it's led me to believe that she really doesn't get her part in all the poor outcomes and feelings. Robin believes the OG3 used a scoreboard during the first episode of the second part of Sister Wives Season 19 that recently premiered. Wives gave their takes during individual interviews on why their relationships didn't work out as sister wives and how the family as a whole crumbled as a result. I found Robin's opinions on the matter to be very telling, as she said Robin's perspective that the other wives used a scoreboard in relation to time spent with Kody. Robin felt Mary, Janelle, and Christine kept track of Kody's time and attention, and that was a toxic way of behaving in a plural family. I see Robin's standpoint as disillusioning because it's easy for her to say that keeping score was not good practice when she was the one taking up the majority of Kody's time. If Robin really tracked her time spent with Kody versus what he gave the other wives, it would mean she would have to take accountability for not encouraging Kody to split his time fairly. In all the time I've seen Robin lack accountability on Sister Wives, I've seen that accountability is not her strong suit. Robin stated in the second episode of the season that if there are no comparisons, then no one gets jealous. Her notion underscores her lack of understanding of her part in the OG3's resentment towards her and how she lack of trust ruined family played a significant part in making them feel unwanted. There's a lot of insecurity just because there's so much sharing. Robin stated Robin believes lack of trust ruined her plural family. The other factor Robin believes left the family in shambles was so little trust. But I think Robin fails to realize that she fostered the lack of trust towards her from the other sister wives because she was actively taking her soulmate Kody for herself. If Robin truly wanted the other wives to trust her, she would not have kissed Kody before marriage, for starters, and I feel like over the next decade Robin would have had better conversations with her sister wives to try and understand the things that weren't working and how they felt about her majority time with Kody. While I do believe trust was an issue in the Brown family, I think the mistrust only came once Robin was around because the family Robin fails to take accountability lived together for more than 10 years before her without insurmountable issues. Robin didn't give the OG3 an environment in which they could feel comfortable around her, and I saw it more as a competition with the scoreboard. Robin fails to take accountability for her part in pushing the OG3 away as Sister Wives Season 19 unfolds. I wanted to believe Robin could take accountability for how the OG3 feel about her bad influence on the family, but it's still Not there Robin lacks awareness and victimizes herself. I think it's possible she lacks awareness. She doesn't have the capacity to come to terms with the damage she's done because of the severity of the situation. I don't see Robin ever acknowledging her part in the OG3's bad blood with her, which speaks to the idea that she will never take blame and realize her role in the Brown family's demise. Sister Wives star Kody. Kody's relationship with his kids. Brown revealed an update about his relationship with his older kids to wife Robin Brown and some footage from an upcoming episode of the series that's been released early, revealing that Robin is the problem in his challenging connections with his children. Throughout Sister Wives Season 19, it's become clear that Kody desperately wants to have a relationship with his kids, but doesn't want to do the work to improve their understanding of one another, while Robin has always been more about her own kids. Kody's massive family has demanded more attention than he is available to give. Appears to be terrified that Kody will find joy in his older kids, which will make him love her or her younger kids less, while Sister Wives Season 19 Episode 22 hasn't been widely major moment between Kody and Robin that proved Robin's long been the issue with Kody and his grown adult children. According to Real Lydia on YouTube, Kody shares that he had a conversation with his daughter Aspen, who he shares with Christine Brown, while Kody referred to the interaction as a conversation. Robin was quick to correct him that it sounded more like a confrontation and barely listened to the details, proving she's the issue. What is Robin's reaction to Kody? She is the issue, talking about his time with his kids. Means although Robin has long been the issue in Kody's life, it's become more clear that she's the problem the further away he gets from his original trio of marriages. As Robin has become a bigger presence in his life, it's been obvious that Kody isn't happy with the way she chooses to infringe on his relationships with the rest of the family. After having a conversation with Robin's need for drama, his kids, where he seemed to understand he needed to make more effort in order to support them, Robin cut Kody down, trying to make him feel like he was seeking too much. Robin's reaction to Kody saying he had a conversation was anything less than supportive makes it clear that she doesn't actually want him to have a reconciliation with his adult children. Instead, Robin is constantly looking for drama from Kody and his grown kids in order to keep him close to her and her children. For some reason, Robin appears to be terrified that Kody will find joy in his older kids, which will make him love her or her younger kids less. Robin's need to be the center of attention is problematic and doesn't work for Kody. Our take on Kody's attempts to repair his relationships. Although Robin has always been looking for drama on Sister Wives, the impact it's had on Kody's relationships with his kids in recent years has been massive, knowing that Kody went into a conversation with his kids finding a way to bridge the gap and find some middle ground is a great first step to making amends. While Kody may not be able to move forward at full capacity because of the way Robin perceives his behavior, the Sister Wives patriarch appears to be willing to put in some of the work he needs to with his children, and Kody Brown's ex-wives have long considered Robin Brown to be his strongest relationship, but in a recent episode of Sister Wives, he shared that he once considered leaving her amid struggles in their marriage. The father of 18 made the confession in the April 27th episode of Sister Wives while discussing the impact his breakups with his first 3 wives had on his marriage with Robin Brown, his 4th wife, because I'd been in plural marriage. Kody's breakups for so long, and it was a sole focus of marriage for me. When we failed at it, I was sabotaging myself, he said in a confessional interview. So I've got 4 partners in it. 2 of them are exes. Okay, I hate saying this, but it's not the most civil of relationships. There were days unfair to Robin that I thought about just walking away from our relationship too, and that was just because I was so broken and I became self-destructive. Kody Brown was once married to Mary Janelle Christine and Robin Brown and maintained a plural family with 18 children. His breakup with Christine Brown in 2021 ushered in a period of discord in his plural family. His marriages with Janelle and Mary Brown later ended. Throughout Season 19 of Sister Wives, Kody and Robin Brown has Kody apologizes, spoken candidly about the new monogamous dynamic in their relationship. Kody Brown has also said he wouldn't consider polygamy again during the latest episode Of the TLC series, Robin Brown asked her husband how he was feeling about monogamy. He replied, "At peace, and I'm sad because the difficulties of the past 3 years, I feel like, have affected us. I want to apologize for the dark space I went through and how it harmed you because it wasn't fair to you," he said. Kody Brown continued explaining why he misdirected his anger towards Robin Brown. "Because I was angry you were withdrawing from me, and because you were withdrawing from me, I was experiencing not just the anger from the rejection and the anger from our failures and plural marriage and everything that I was experiencing there was causing me to literally," he stated that Robin Brown understood why her husband was having problems processing the termination of his previous 3 marriages, but that he was quite upset. "I'm sorry to you, I'm sorry to them," he replied in a confessional interview. Kody Brown said he failed to recognize what a struggle it would be for my wives. He also acknowledged his feelings for Mary, Janelle, and Christine, which he spent many episodes denying. "I tried to convince myself that I did this on purpose because I didn't love them as much as I said I hated them, or that I didn't love them. I love them. This situation, what we experienced, is over. If they could be friendly, I would be very happy," he said back in his conversation with Robin Brown. Kody Brown told his wife he's happy that they're only married to each other now. "I'm very pleased and happy at this point from the experience that I've had being in a monogamous marriage with you," he said. And Janelle calls out Kody. Then Janelle called out Kody in Sunday's episode of Sister Wives viewers watched as Janelle Brown called out her ex-husband Kody for referring to his only wife Robin as a diesel jeans model. Shortly after his trio of divorces from herself, Christine, and Mary Brown, as you know, Christine announced she was leaving Kody in late 2021, followed by Janelle in early 2022 and Mary in January 2023. While discussing some of the comments Kody has made following his multiple divorces, Janelle called out her ex-husband for seemingly forgetting that his first 3 wives stood by his side through what Janelle referred to as the family's broke years. Kody has said, "Well, all of a sudden I met Robin and she's this diesel jeans model and she's everything I want," Janelle stated on Sunday's episode. "And I'm thinking, that's rich, dude. We went through all Janelle's diesel jeans model. The starving years when I was holding my bra together with diaper pins and we were broke as broke, and we went through all of your crazy, let's move here, let's move there. We've been through all of this with you and not been through that with you. So that's great," Janelle continued. "You just take your little diesel jeans model and just go live happily ever after." For those wondering, Janelle's diesel jeans model remark stems from a comment Kody made on a 2023 episode of the Mormonism Live podcast regarding the alleged jealousy among his wives. During the podcast, Kody told the hosts that while 3 of his 4 marriages had ended, he once considered himself a total success due to the fact that he had a diesel jeans model come into his family in 2010. "I thought that was the biggest." Janelle's diesel jeans model remark validation. Kody continued before claiming that his supermodel wife Robin had other people in their church who were interested in dating her, and even some men who wanted to marry her, a claim he also made this season on Sister Wives. As the Ashley previously told you, Kody told Robin on an episode that aired in December that he wasn't comfortable with her attending church for too long without him, as he didn't want men at the churches to think that Robin was a single mom, the very thing that Robin was when Kody met her. "There were a lot of men interested in Robin, and they were sort of trying to get around me to get to her," Kody told viewers. As for Janelle's comments on Sunday's episode regarding the Brown